Let's start today's session. See, in the last lecture of Python, we were discuss about complete introduction part. So Python full stack development subjects and its purpose. And even I have started with the basic introduction of Python. So Python is a programming language which is used to write coding part for the application development, and what type of language it is, like general purpose, high level, interpreted, dynamically typed, and case sensitive programming language. We discussed all these things in the last lecture. Okay. So even Python versions also explained with official website python.org. So as I said that today's session is very important because I'm going to do complete setup of Python for the first time. Who wants to write programming with Python language, so they must follow these all steps one by one. So today I'm going to show you how to download Python software and install it. And also we will try to launch the proper editor, which is really required in future programming. So to download Python software, you must visit this official website python.org, and this website having plenty of versions of Python. Which version do you want to use? You can download it and install it. But before that, what my plan is, I would like to say one simple command here. That command through what we can do, we can check easily uh, already Python software present in our computer or not. Yes. How to check whether Python already exists in the computer or laptop or not, we will check. So for this purpose, I recommend that just go to command prompt. Okay, go to command prompt and then type. Yes, you have to type simply this command, sir. What command? Python space hyphen version. So if you do this first time, you will come to know that what version it already there in your laptop, whether it is there or not. If it is there, what version you have. For example, if you don't have Python software in your computer, simply you will get clarity like Python was not found or else Python was not recognized like this. So I'm asking you to check whether Python is present in your computer or not. Simply go to command prompt and then type Python space hyphen version. Let me check in my mission. Okay. So go to command prompt, go to search and type command prompt. So there is a command prompt is there. Simply I'm trying to type Python space hyphen version. So the moment when I hit the enter button, you will see this in my computer, the Python already present. Even it disclosed the version also, Python 3.1, 3.1. Okay. Even you can try from your side. If you got any version like old version 3.9, 3.1, 10, 3.11, so that's also work, no problem. Do you want to continue with them? You can continue. But in case if you don't have Python software so far in your computer, so immediately you will get the message like Python was not found or Python was not recognized like this. Okay. So this is very simple command to cross verify whether your computer is having Python installed already or not. You can check before going to continue the process. Fine, sir. Next, what my plan is, I want to download and install Python. But to show you all the steps, okay, already in my computer, Python software existed, no? So first, let me uninstall it. So let me uninstall so that I can show you the installation steps clearly, step by step. How to uninstall any software means simple. You can go to control panel of your system, go to search and type control panel. You'll be able to see control panel option. And there is an uninstall program is there. Any software or application, if you have installed already, you want to uninstall. This is the procedure, uninstall program. And in this, you can see already Python, it's there installation completely. So that's I am uninstalling now. So right click, simply uninstall. Why I'm doing this means just for showing you the installation steps, what steps or what option need to be select. You should get clarity. So that's the reason I'm trying to uninstall it. So let it be uninstalled. And it won't take much more time, sir, actually. So because as I said that Python is very lightweight software. And no need to maintain again some software configurations like hardware configuration, like as it is, whatever you are using the device, that's enough to handle with Python. So it's taking few seconds again to uninstall this total Python in my computer. Please wait. Now you can see unsuccessful, uninstall successfully. And even Python launcher also I'm doing this uninstallation. Yes. Fine. So right now we don't have any Python software in my computer. Do you want me check again? See, go to command prompt. Previously, when I checked, it was Python 3.1, 3.1 shows. But now after doing an installation, you can see Python space hyphen hyphen version. Now you see Python was not found. That means what? We don't have Python software right now because just now I have uninstalled. So let's proceed the installation process. To go to installation process first, we have to download it. So to download Python software, you should visit official website python.org. So let's go to python.org, www.python.org. I recommend to click on this downloads and simply you can see download Python 3.1, 3.1. Simply you can click on this and you will be able to get quickly within the fraction of seconds. It's almost lightweight file, 27.4 MB is there. It's completely downloaded. Once downloaded process is over, close this window and go to the downloads folder of your computer where it is there. So that the executable file present in the download folder only. So let's go to downloads folder. And there you can see Python 3.1, 3.1 is there. This is an executable file and version number is 3.1, 3.1. So to install the first time, this is just simply double click on it, nothing to do. Double click, but wait for some time here. Don't hit directly install now. Okay. So you can see, sir, installing Python 3.1, 3.1, 64-bit OS. And look at this, before going to hit the install now, I strongly recommend to activate these two checkboxes, sir. Why? Because these two checkboxes, if you activate, automatically the environment variable and path settings will be done. If you don't activate these two checkboxes, path settings you must do with manually. So that's the reason I recommend this path setting and .exe file to path. These two checkboxes must be activated. If you activate, then there don't be any issue. After writing the program and execution, there don't be any issue. Otherwise, you will get an issue even though if you write Python program, you are unable to execute just because of you have not set the or activate the environment variable during the installation. They'll ask you to do manually. Manually also you can do it, no problem. But better to go with this option at this moment. I'm activating these two checkboxes and click on simply install now. So once installed now, it will ask, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. So within just a few seconds after, you will be get your Python software in your machine. So there is no complexity in the installation procedure. Right. Once installation over, you can also cross-verify whether it is installed successfully or not by going to command prompt and type the same command like Python space hyphen hyphen version. So that you will get clarity whether it's successfully installed or not. So let me check quickly that also. Fine, successfully installed. Close this and close this. So let me check successfully installed or not. So go to the command prompt and simply Python space hyphen version, hit the enter button. Now you can see we got the same version back 3.1, 3.1. Because just now successfully I installed Python software. Right now your system is having Python, so you can start working with programming. But listen, sir, here, I'm showing you for the first time when we download install Python software, okay, you will get a default editor that is ideally. It stands for integrated development development learning environment. Integrated development learning environment. This is ideally software. Okay. So ideally is nothing but integrated development learning environment software here. So this is the default editor. Use if you want to continue with this default editor, you can, no problem. But I'll show you what are the options are there in front of us, what possible ways to write Python code and execute. I'm telling you. So first, let's try to discuss different ways to write Python code and execute. Different ways to write Python code and execute. So let me explain what are the basic different ways are there. Option 1, using interactive mode. Option 2, using script mode. Option 3, using Python IDLE software. Option 4, which I'm going to use the continuously in our sessions, the editor is using PyCharm editor. This is our editor throughout all the sessions of Python. But even though for the first time as a programmer, you must know about these three options also clearly. So using interactive mode, using script mode, using Python ideally. So through this, how to manage the code also, you must know that. So that's the reason I'm explaining clearly first three options. But anyway, I don't use these three options in my further programming sessions. I use continuously the PyCharm editor only in our upcoming sessions. Today we'll launch the PyCharm editor also, and you will come to know what is exactly the differences between while writing the code in interactive window and script mode, ideally, and PyCharm. So PyCharm is the recommended editor, especially for Python beginners who are dealing with Python programming. So initial stage of learning, I recommend to use PyCharm only, or else Visual Studio Code also possible. So let's begin with interactive mode. So what is interactive mode, sir? It's very simple. As I said that for the first time when we download and install Python software, you will get IDLE software, no? So let's open IDLE software. In that only we will observe the interactive mode window only. Okay. So let's go to search, type simply IDLE. Go to search and type IDLE software. So integrated development environment. How you will get this default data, after installation of Python. So let's open that. The moment when I open IDLE software, so see here, you will get one window. This window is called interactive window or interactive shell. So user, as a programmer, you can interact with this window just by typing your code, and you can keep on hit the enter button. Your output will be clearly available. Suppose here a variable 10, a press enter, you got the output, and b variable 20. Then press B and press enter. You see that 20 is there. Okay. So suppose you want to do A plus B, then 30 is there. So you just type the code and keep on hit the enter button. Your output will be processed and display the output clearly, instantly. This is interactive window. As a programmer, I'm trying to interact by entering my code and keep on hitting the enter button. It's keep on going like that only. So do you want to practice your Python programs with this interactive mode? You can continue, no problem. But the problem in this case means while writing code in interactive window, generally we recommend this interactive window for testing purpose. Testing means suppose you are thinking about your logic, that logic is working fine or not. Instantly you can go through interactive window like ideally, and you can write it and test it and close it. That's it. But here you need not to write complete program and save it somewhere like this. Directly you just go with the flow by typing the code, and automatically this output will be produced, keep on like this. But even interactive window, so we don't get any suggestions, and you don't get any error indications. For example, I can say I'm typing print here. So while typing print hello, I think that as a new to Python programming, so this is correct. But actually we don't have any indication, actually error indication. But actually this is not correct. Look at this, when I when I hit the enter button, then only you will come to know what mistakes we done. The name error, print name, P capital wantedly I have given, but actually that according to Python syntax, P is a small letter. Okay. But before hitting the enter button, is that any indication shows that you did some wrong? No. So that's the reason it is not recommend to handle the code with Python with interactive window. So in the initial stage, after knowing the rules and regulations and everything, you can able to manage anywhere here. So this is interactive shell. Do you want to practice Python programs with interactive mode? You can go through it. And the next option I'm showing that script mode. So in this script mode, as a programmer, we can write complete programs like how much program you need, you can write it, and you must save the file with what extension, .py extension. So .py is an extension of Python file. So you can write the Python code completely and try to save the file with the .py extension. And this script file, once it is ready, then you try to execute that script file either by using command prompt or by using your ideally software, which is already available. So let's explain about script mode, how to handle the Python code with script mode. Okay. So let's see this. Script mode purpose, I'm just choosing a default or normal editor like Notepad editor only, sir. Let me go to Notepad. Yes, Notepad is also one of the plain text editor. You can also write in the Notepad any type of programming language code, but the matter is finally how you are saving your file, which extension is the matter. Okay. So let's open the Notepad. But remember, I don't really recommend to write code in Notepad also in the beginning level, because in the Notepad also, they don't have any error indications and warnings and suggestions or intelligence will not at all come. As a programmer, you have to take your own risk while writing the code and typing the code. Even in the Notepad also, uh, whatever the things we write in the Python language code, all words will be present in the black letters. That means there is no color combination actually. Okay, even keywords and function names and attribute names and all class names present in same color only. You don't recognize which one is class, which one is method, which one is attribute, which one is variable like that. Or no? So at least if you use proper editor like PyCharm or Visual Studio Code, there the clear difference indication is there with color combination. The method will be in different color, keyword can be a different color, class can be a different color like that only. At least you can recognize by looking its color, then whether it is keyword or variable or function, you can recognize. So let me write simple code here. Suppose I'm writing very simple code, one line code only I'm writing just for showing. Welcome to DURGASOFT Python full stack sessions. Okay. Yes, these are Python full stack sessions. Just statement I pass. Okay. Nothing is there in this. So this is my Python logic here. But after completion of, just for example, I have written one line only. You can write any number of lines and logic, no problem. Just my intention is to show you how to write code in Notepad and execute in command prompt. So once I complete this logic, so you must save this file. Look at this. I'm saving my file into desktop location for my convenient desktop. And make sure the file name, you can give any file name like sample I'm giving. Then don't forget to give the extension .py. Sample.py, it's my file name. The moment when I hit the enter button, automatically sample.py saved into desktop location. So look at this, sample.py is saved in my desktop. But one thing you can observe, in your case, for the first time you are doing these operations, But in your case, you will be able to see the logo of sample.py, that is Python logo, you will be able to see that. But in my case, why sir, it's showing PC logo like PyCharm editor? Because I have already PyCharm editor in my computer. So recently on which editor through I practice programs, that editor logo is impacting here. That's the matter actually. But in your case, if you don't really PyCharm edit, if you don't really have PyCharm editor, then you will be able to see the Python logo here instead of PC, what we are seeing here only. Okay. But not matter of the logo, just observe the file is created sample.py. This is Python file present in my desktop. Next, once you're ready with your script file, like script mode through, we have written the logic, but next procedure is what, sir? You have to execute that. Yes. How to execute that? Very simple. There are two options in front of you to execute that script file. One option is either you can go through command prompt. Next option is you have already available editor is there, no? That is ideally editor software. That through also you can execute, no problem. Let's show you both how to manage the code, your script file, how to run it. Okay. So first let's go to command prompt, sir. I'm showing that how to execute this sample.py file, which is present in desktop. Command prompt through, we can execute. But notice this, in your case, directly you can go to cd space desktop. CD means change directory, desktop, because your targeted file is present in desktop. No, directly you can go through cd space desktop. But for a change, my case, I'm going to use cd space OneDrive first. OneDrive in the sense, in my system, the desktop is present in OneDrive location. That's what first I'm moving towards OneDrive location. CD means change directory. I'm changing my directory to OneDrive. In this OneDrive location only, I am maintaining desktop. Now this time you should go to desktop only, cd space desktop. But in your case, directly you can go to cd space desktop only, no problem. So press enter, you will see the desktop location is completely available. In this location only, my Python file is there, which I need to execute. Now coming to the point, to execute Python file, simply Python space. Yes, you have to pass the command called Python. What is the file name? You have sample.py, sir. Python space sample.py. Then press enter. So we got the output clearly. Welcome to DURGASOFT Python full stack sessions, which I have written in Notepad window. Or else, do you want to go with shortcut like py space sample.py also? You can hit this. Both commands works well. Either you can go through py space sample.py or you can go through Python space sample.py. Both are working fine. We are getting the output clearly like this. So this is second option. You have to write the code in Notepad, how much you want, and save the file with the .py extension. Go to the command prompt and go to the required location where your file is available and execute by simply passing py space your file name .py. So this is okay for you. Then you can go through this practice second option script mode through. Okay. And next, some students may ask, sir, I don't want to move here and there. Like whatever you said, Notepad, writing code in Notepad and save with .py, go to the command prompt. If any errors, again, you can go back to your Notepad and edit it and save it and come back to again command prompt. This is not required for us. Here and there, I don't want to move. Okay. So is there any option to manage complete writing code and saving code and execution code in one location? Yes, it's there. That is what I'm explaining. The third option, using Python ideally. So we have already this editor no ideally software. Yes. No need. Because Python is interpreted language. Okay, line by line code will check. So that's what no compilation not required. Internally, it will take care of the compilation while processing begin from the line 1 onwards. Now coming to this, using Python ideally, I'm showing directly you can go through ideally integrated development learning environment. There only you can create a new file, that is script file, and write over there and save over there and run over there. All together we can do in one window, that is ideally platform. But you may get, just now we discussed, no sir, ideally software at the time of interactive mode. Yes, that is not interactive mode. I'm not showing with interactive mode. I'm creating exclusively new file using option 3 Python ideally. You see how I'm doing. Let's open ideally software. The moment when I go to ideally, by default, you will get one window. This window is what window, sir? Interactive window. but I don't want to continue my code with interactive window. I want to create our extremely new file. Look at this. There is a file menu option is there. Okay. And now you can see new file option is there. There is a new file. And you may get doubt, sir, if our notepad file already created, no? That script mode file, either you can execute in command prompt or you can use ideally through also. See, if you have already available file, this also are there. You can see file menu, open file. First, let me complete this, open file. Already available file where it is there in my desktop, sample, this also possible, load it. So whatever I have written in notepad previously, that's opening. Do you want to run this? Simply run menu, run module. So in Python, every .py file is act as module. So that's what it's saying, run module, run it. So we got the output appear here only. Instead of executing in command prompt, you can execute in ideally software through also, no problem at all. Already available script file, you can load it into ideally. So I don't want to load it. I don't want to write it in interactive window. Exclusively, I want to create a new file in Python. Ideally means this option you have. Let's see this. Ideally, open it. Now you can see file menu, new file. This time I'm creating new file, sir. Here only I'll create new file. I'll write the code how much I want and save with .py and execute it all together in one location. New file and new untitled window is open. You can write the code how much you want, how many lines you want, and make sure that here also no IntelliSense, no error indication. Everything you have to take care manually from your side. Whether you did mistake or not, you don't know at the time of writing program. After execution only you will come to know what went wrong in that program. So this is not recommend for beginners. So after writing my code, you must save this file. Without saving, directly when we go to run, it won't run. Look at this, source must be saved. Okay to save. So let's try to save this file in my desktop again. And with the name test.py. After saving, you just run this now. It works well. Sum is 30. We got the result clearly. If you do any mistakes, for example, I am doing not closing bracket properly. Okay, save changes. And is there any error indications, sir? Even though if I don't close bracket properly here? No. When you will come to know what mistakes you've done, then after execution only you will come to know that. Look at this, bracket was never closed, a syntax error, message box is coming. You have to say like this is the error indication now after execution. So close this and save it and rerun like this. So this is how we can manage the Python code using ideally exclusively. And if you go through this option, no need to move here and there. Directly you can create a new file, write how much code, save with the .py extension, run over there. So which way you want practice, you can, but I don't really recommend of these three options which I discussed so far. This is just one time you can try and leave it. And next I'm going to launch this PyCharm editor. Why we launch PyCharm editor means this editor is exclusively designed for Python programmers, for especially beginners. Okay, once you start writing code in PyCharm editor, you never get any confused because maximum error indications, suggestions, alerts, and moreover, IntelliSense options are coming with graphically user interface facilities are there in PyCharm editor. But PyCharm, how to get it? Okay, PyCharm editor, you need to download and install separately, sir. Okay, but one more important thing. People may think that without installation of Python, if they want to work with directly, they can download and work with PyCharm editor only. That's not correct, sir. No matter which editor you are using, like PyCharm, Visual Studio Code, or any other editors, first step you must complete Python installation. How I shown in the beginning session, installation of Python. If you don't do install of Python, then you don't get any interpreter. If you don't get interpreter, even though when we download and install PyCharm editor, you can able to write the programs, but you can't run the programs because interpreter missing. So that's the reason I strongly recommend first install Python software. After that, you can go through any proper editor like PyCharm editor, sir. So without installation of Python software, you cannot set up the PyCharm editor actually. So I am just clearly saying that it's must Python installation is compulsory. After that only we can able to launch PyCharm editor. But let's try to launch PyCharm editor now. So to download and install PyCharm editor, I recommend just go to Google, simply type download PyCharm editor. Download PyCharm editor. PyCharm, simply download PyCharm. So once you got the download PyCharm, okay, download PyCharm. So you will be able to see this jetbrains.com, www.jetbrains.com. This is the official website, you know. Yes. So click on this download PyCharm first link, jetbrains.com. As usual, you will get this PyCharm professional. And by default, don't hit this download option immediately, sir, because this is not our editor. So I'll show you. This is PyCharm professional. There are two versions are there, even in PyCharm, professional and community. So our version is community, not professional. This PyCharm professional is for Python integrated development environment for data science programmers as well as web development, especially while dealing with the Django, REST API and other things are there. No, that purpose we use this download PyCharm professional. Why? Because I don't recommend in this case, means this is free 30 days trial version only. You can able to work with this PyCharm professional maximum 30 days. After 30 days, your evaluation period will be expired and again you need to purchase from JetBrains. But that I don't really recommend, no need to purchase. And you just scroll down little bit more and now you can see we have PyCharm Community Edition, this IDE for pure Python development, which is completely free, built on open source. I recommend to download this one with the .exe Windows only. Don't go with this next operating system process is there, Windows ARM64. I don't recommend. This is only recommend. So after that, you can see download started. Once you download it, download has begun. So it also don't take much more time. So hardly it takes 1 or 2 minutes time, depends on your network speed. So I'm just, you can see downloaded successfully PyCharm editor. Which editor I recommend? Community only, sir. Community, PyCharm community. Okay. So it's download also successfully done. Once download successfully done, then we'll start the procedure to installation. I recommend this one only, PyCharm community edition. Click on download. Let's close all the windows and I have successfully downloaded PyCharm editor. You will see this already downloaded folder. It's there, PyCharm community. It's ready to be installed. Let me show you the installation steps. But before installation, already in my computer, PyCharm editor existed. Means we handle so many batches daily, offline and online. For them, I have included PyCharm editor. Let's uninstall it, no problem. So once I uninstall and I can reinstall for you so that you will also get clarity what options to select installation procedure. Again, just go to control panel for installation procedure. Uninstall program. Now you can see already I have PyCharm editor. So this is PyCharm community. Let's right click and install it, sir. So it's also very simple. It's not take much more time. Very simple. 1 minute of time, it will be installed almost. So let's remove, which is already present PyCharm community in my computer so that I can show you installation process of PyCharm step by step. So I request you, please, today you can finish all these steps. Okay, it won't take much more time. Only 5 minutes time if you spend, then you'll be able to set up complete Python and PyCharm editor. Once you're ready with this setup, so that it will be easy to practice your programs in that PyCharm editor. Even this recording video also they'll upload in our YouTube channel. I'll show you at the end of the session how to watch the YouTube videos, which I completed last 2 demo lectures. This is the 3rd demo lecture. Even tomorrow also you have a demo session. Please feel free to attend the demo lecture tomorrow also. Tomorrow is the last demo lecture. But after completion of tomorrow demo lecture, you must enroll for this course if you really wish to continue my lectures. Please try to do that, okay? So before Monday session joining, Monday morning joining session, you must complete your enrollment process. Then only you can continue with these lectures. Because our team will provide a new link for already enrolled students from Monday. But tomorrow you have free demo session. You can feel free to join with this same link only, same time 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. So just I'm giving clear indication. Now we can say installation completes over now. So right now PyCharm editor is also uninstalled successfully from my computer. Now it's time to installation procedure. How to install PyCharm means simply go to download option, download folder. Simply double click on PyCharm community.exe file and nothing to do here. Just go with the next option and run. So do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. And simply you can see welcome to PyCharm community editor setup wizard is coming. Click on next option and the destination folder, obviously it is C drive only. Click on next option and the new desktop shortcut. Do you want to create shortcut in desktop? Activate this checkbox and don't forget to activate this checkbox updating path variable and main menu context menus are appear and .py extensions also required. All checkboxes you can activate. If I don't activate .py, every time while giving the file name, you must include the .py extension from your side. But if I activate this checkbox .py, every time in the Python programming time, no need to give .py extensions, directly you can give the file name only. So click on next, simply click on install it. Very simple. Within few seconds, your PyCharm will be ready now. Wait for a few seconds. Now we'll try to launch PyCharm editor now. But make sure that, sir, after launching PyCharm editor, in this PyCharm editor, you have to create a project folder. Why we have to create a project folder means from now onwards, how many examples and programs we'll discuss in the class based upon the topic, all the files I'll prepare in that folder only. So at the end of complete Python core and advanced session, so that there is a possibility to upload this project folder into your Google Drive, so that programs also will come as a soft copy. So that will be better actually. So to manage your all files in the one folder is better. So you should create project folder today. So daily you have to practice on that folder. You can add as many as files you want. So done, almost completed installation. Yes, you can see completing PyCharm Community Edition setup. It will ask you to restart your system. If you want to restart now, you can do it, or else you can do manually later. Okay. Yes, fine, sir. So our PyCharm is ready to launch. So for the first time, if you want to go with PyCharm editor, directly you can see there is a desktop shortcut created. Either you can double click on it, or else simply go to search and type PyCharm. You'll be able to click on this PyCharm Community Edition. The moment when I hit this, you will see that's first time how it looked like. So it will ask you to create your Python files with the different options. I'll try to show you the different options here, what options you have. Okay. Yeah. So you will get first time when we launch PyCharm editor in your computer. So this window will open, welcome to PyCharm. And there are few options are there. I'll explain you quickly. Option 1, exclusively, do you want to create a new files, Python file directly without folder? You can go through this one, first option. Or else do you want to create a folder? In that folder in future, you want to add more files, you can go to project folder. Or else you have already project folder in your computer. Do you wish to open existing folder? You can open it. Or else you are maintaining the code from GitHub repository or version control system, then you can use this repository option. But I am saying that new project folder I'm creating. Now you can see pure Python I'm selecting here, and the location of the project folder, which will be stored by default in C drive. But if you don't want to continue with this big path or lengthy path of your Python project, so I recommend to shift the path into other drive, which we have. So easily we can manage your project folder. You can see there is a folder option. Click on that and you can maintain the project folder not on C drive. If you want, you can go to other drive like E drive. I'm just maintaining that my Python folder in E drive. Let's click on OK. In this, I'm trying to give my Python project folder name is Python project 8am. So this is my project name. You can give any name and remember that where you have saved your project folder, E drive or D drive or C drive, you can just path, you can remember. After that, simply you can click on create, nothing to do this. Automatically, the Python project 8am folder will create by creating virtual environment. So what is virtual environment? Let me explain, sir. You can see the moment when I hit this create button, it's creating a virtual environment clearly. So virtual ENV or virtual environment means it is an isolation environment. Isolation environment means what? It's a separate environment. Say separate environment means automatically while preparing the Python project 8am, in your system, a separate environment will create for your project. Okay. So in that environment, in future, in your project, whatever you do, some installation of libraries or packages, or uninstallation of libraries and packages, that will impact on your only current project. In which environment you are working, that environment only gets impact. Other environment or other project which is already present on a computer, that won't affect here. Okay. So AI assistance also there, but we should not enable. If you enable, then your skill set completely gone. Please try to don't go with this one. So later, if I'll discuss if possible, why should not enable that is okay. So that's not good practice. So let's do with this Python project 8am, its folder is created and so many supportive files also created. You can decollapse this. And now you don't have any Python files right now in this folder. Do you wish to add Python files to write programs in this folder? So look at this. First time, right click on Python project 8am and there is a option called new option. Either you can select first option, new file. This is text file, or you can select this one, Python file. If you select this, you should give .py from your side extension. And if you select this, you are selecting already Python file. No need to give .py file from your side. So simply right click on project folder, go to new Python file and click on it. The moment when we click on it will ask you to give the name of the file, new file. I'm simply giving my file name is test. Here no need to mention .py as I said. Simply press enter. Automatically your test file created in this PyCharm editor window. So this is writing code writing window. This is managing your files and folder window. In the bottom corner, one more window also will be disclosed. That is output window or output terminal. See, whenever I start writing code here, just I'm trying to print, I'm trying to write print. The moment when I start print PRI, even though I have not completed print function, immediately it's showing IntelliSense option. This is built-in and IntelliSense options are coming in PyCharm. But we have not seen these IntelliSense options in these three options which I discussed, like interactive mode, script mode. Ideally through, there was no IntelliSense. So this is the advantage actually. And moreover, this PyCharm is more graphically user interface. Once IntelliSense is coming, what you are looking, just no need to type continuously. Just hit the enter button. Automatically, the print function will capture from there. And you can write something hello or something. But do you want to run this program first time? Directly, you can see right click on test.py, run test. We got the output in the output terminal only. This is output window. This is managing files and folder window. And this is writing code window. Even if you want to write extra code like print next line, hello, welcome like this. And every time, whenever you add the code into this test.py file, no need to right click on this and run test because already you are in test.py file. Once you executed, just you have updated your statements. After that, you just come to here and rerun, retest. Rerun option is there. You can say rerun. Click on this, it will rerun and updated result will be available here. But sir, is there any possibility to increase the font size of this editor? Yes. Or else is there any possibility to change the theme, background theme? Yes. let me show you how to change the background theme and the font size increment options in PyCharm editor. So there is a main menu option is there, no? So there is top left hand side corner, main menu, click on it and click on settings. And in the left hand side panel, you will be able to see appearance and behavior. There is a theme is appearing dark theme. So do you want to go with light theme? You can click on light. And even you can see font size purpose. There is editor option is there. Click on editor and font option is there. Font and the font size by default in PyCharm editor 13 size. If you want to go with 18 or 20, you can click on it. So size you can give and press OK. Automatically, it will be impact the font size increment and editor window is clearly looking good for clear visibility. You can manage. But what about, sir, if I do manage more files? Yes, you can add more files, like right click again, go to new Python file. This time I'm giving my file name is test1. It's a new file. So in this, I'm trying to write other code like, okay, like this only. Do you want to run this test1? First time you must right click on it and run test1. Test1 program is run. So if you want to go with test, right click on test, run test. So it is manageable here easily. So this is the way to manage your PyCharm editor. Graphically, it is looking good and IntelliSense options are there. For example, you can see in the test.py, if you are doing any mistakes, for example, I am wantedly remove this bracket. Immediately error indications are there. Look at this. Underline red squigglies are there. That means something went wrong. You can recognize during the program execution time only. Even if you forcefully execute this, you will be able to get clearly line number, including line number 2. There is error, syntax error. Clearly, it will be disclose the information. So this is how managing the PyCharm editor. From now onwards, I'm trying to explain all the coding programs in this editor only. So this editor is the best editor I can say. Try to set up this editor. From tomorrow onwards, we'll continue complete programming with this editor only. But before this, try to work with interactive window and script mode and Python ideally. So one time you just practice so that you will get clarity how to manage with them. And finally, you can try to launch PyCharm editor. So it will be good for beginners. Okay. So this session is completely related to making setup of Python, how to download and install Python, how to check Python version, and what the different ways to write Python code and execute, we discuss clearly. Okay, this is the third demo we complete. And tomorrow also you have a fourth demo. That is the last demo session. After attending the fourth demo tomorrow session, so please try to enroll for this course for continuing my lectures from Monday onwards with a new link. And before going to close this session, who are new to this session today, you feel this is your first session, I strongly recommend to visit this site. So please watch my demo videos. Directly, you simply go to youtube.com and in the YouTube search, you try to search DURGASOFT simply. You can see DURGASOFT. Once you search DURGASOFT and you'll be able to get Durga Software Solutions. And this is the official YouTube channel. But in this, you will be able to see this. My video lectures are there. Demo 2, yesterday what we conducted. Demo 1, day before yesterday. Okay. So this is 7 a.m. batch, these details. But better to go to playlist option. In this playlist, you will notice that last 2 videos they have uploaded. I strongly recommend to watch these 2 video lectures who are new to this session. Even today and tomorrow lecture also, they'll upload in the YouTube just for demo purpose, not all the videos. Once demo session's over, then after enrollment process, obviously I'll collect the mail IDs from DurgaSoft. So I can also share these video lectures with session wise, Python session 1, session 2, session 3. All the videos will come to your Google Drive. That videos are lifetime access along with complete PDF materials. Okay. So that is for today from my side. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me now.
The session will be 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.
8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Is this first session for you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I already explained in the last 2 days onwards. I'm explaining clearly. This session currently it's going 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. right now. After 10 to 15 sessions, for sure, this session timing will be changed from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for sure. Otherwise, after joining the course, you should not ask me why you changed the session time, because even I disclose this information in the day one itself. So you should get clarity. So that's what I'm giving this information. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thanks for attending this session.
Sir,
Have a
instead
nice
of
time.
PyCharm, can we use Visual Studio Code?
Obviously, man, wherever you comfort, you just go with that. No doubt at all. Visual Studio Code, even Jupyter, Spider, anywhere.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So thanks for attending these sessions. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last demo session. You can feel free to attend the tomorrow session also. After that, you can decide. And tomorrow also, I'll discuss complete basic and important fundamental concepts, what rules and regulations you have to follow while writing Python script and coding. You will come to know that. Don't miss that. Have a nice time.